Hello, hello, hello,
Hello.
hello. Welcome to the
Hi.
Weather Show today on the 11th of July.
Ooh.
Lovely to see everybody. I'm here hosting with the gorgeous Nike. How you doing?
Hello. I'm all right, thank you. Excited as always.
Good, good, good,
Best
good.
time of the week.
So we've got two fabulous guests today. We have got the
Ooh.
lovely Georgina, who's going to be telling us about the things that she's doing and what she's got coming up. And then we have obviously got, my gorgeous Remie is here today to tell us
Hey.
about this documentary that's going to be shown tomorrow night. Yes. So I'm going to start off by talking to Georgina. So goodbye, you two.
Bye-bye. See y'all.
Yes, you can go. How you doing? Hello, George. How
Good.
you doing?
Hi, great. Yes, lovely. How are you? You good?
Yes, I'm good, thank you. I am good. So let's start with, tell us a little bit about you and what you do, because I know you've got your fingers in different pies there. So tell me about you.
Okay, so my name is Georgina. I am 49.
You look like you're 21.
Oh, thank you. I'll pay you later with rum cakes. I've kind of gone in and out different kind of career patterns because I just get bored very, very, very easily. But my longest, I'd say, is my catering. I do catering now. I run my own business from home.
Okay.
And I've been doing that for, I'm going to say, I always forget because the whole lockdown years kind of, I forget, so I'm going to say 10 years, 8 to 10 years.
Okay.
So, yeah, and never kind of qualified as a chef from college. Didn't do that. Was just like, it was kind of self-taught. And luckily going into a job, which as a chef for 4 years kind of taught me, I learned as much as I could. And I thought, you know what, I could do this myself. So I did. And with my boys, both my boys going to off and doing their own thing, uni and stuff, I was kind of left on my own. So I thought, what about me? What am I going to do now? I need something to concentrate on. And that's what I did. I started running, I got in touch with the council, got myself registered, all that sort of stuff. And because that's really, for me, I find that very, very important because I know how things work. Some people don't get registered, they just do things. And if you get caught doing silly things, then you're in trouble. And I remember getting a phone call from somebody saying, "Oh, we heard that you're catering without a license and you've got no insurance." And I was like, beg your pardon. So people are out there already trying to get to you. And I thought, hang on, and I got all my paperwork out and that sort of stuff. I went, "Oh, I'm ever so sorry." And I thought, well, I wouldn't personally, whatever anyone else is doing, that's what you're doing. But me, you ain't coming for me with that. I'm making sure that I've got all the paperwork so I can say, yeah, bam, 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 got everything. I'm insured. So if you want to say that I've done this, here we are.
Good. But you also have done other things in between, like working with people in the community.
Yeah, and I think that will always be a passion of mine because people always need help, whether you're a 5-year-old or a 55-year-old. And I suppose it kind of, for me, I feel like I've always supported because I believe that I lacked support growing up. So wherever I can support, I don't like to see anybody without any clothes or any food or anything, just love. That's me. I'm so caring. I think sometimes to my detriment, but I do kind of, the last place I worked was in a hostel for young children from 16 to 21, and I loved it. They were I just became their mum because I was like, you got the dentist appointment? Let's get this done, and what's happened to your clothes? You're going to get them washing, blah blah blah. Oh, let's give it a little tidy and they said, "Oh, you're just like a mum you are. You really kind of," I really nurtured them. I think it's because I missed my boys and I wasn't kind of doing that with them anymore. and I loved it. And I used to work for Walk to Freedom with Mark Clark, and I loved that. Loved working with Mark. Mark he was an amazing guy and really helped me a lot. Really helped me a lot, and I miss him so much. And I was looking after people's substance users, helping them, kind of guide them, help them to cook, and and just getting donations from everybody just to help people who didn't have. Even with, I think my friend works at Stepping Stones, I think, and people were needing some, I don't know, baby stuff, and I got prams and cots and all that sort of stuff. And she was like, oh my gosh. It was just like, in that day, I called someone and said, have you got blah, blah, blah? And before you knew it, she had a brand new buggy or something. And I said, well, just ask. You can only ask.
Yeah. Because I've seen, I when you was working at your last place, and I think somebody had got some accommodation of their own to move into, and I remember seeing on Facebook, have you got this, have you got this, anybody got that, anybody got that, somebody's going to be moving, can you help, you know? And you literally are just on it.
Yes.
Just on it.
Yeah. Always willing to help, always. I mean just that thought of somebody moving in, that's scary anyway. They're a youngster. There was a young boy who was moving into on his own. That in itself is scary, but to have to think you've got to find your furniture, you've got to find this, that's really daunting. And you just want to just curl up. So I thought, if I can do this and do that, and they're so grateful. And I thought, and I'm like, it's okay, it doesn't matter, but it's a big deal to them. So you know, I just do what I can.
It's quite interesting actually, because there's somebody had said this statement to me, and I've heard it quite a few times, and I just think it's spot on. Be who you needed. So you just said that you didn't really have that when you was growing up, and you are now doing that. So you are being that person that you actually needed. And you're going to do that for everybody else, which is what you do. Sometimes to your own detriment, my lovely.
Yes, I know.
Still have to remember you in that.
Yes.
So before we move on to what you're going to be doing, there's another thing that you do which is going to resonate with our Dee Bailey, who I'm sure is listening. What goes on in your garden and in your house and nearly in every single room?
Okay. I have to take it back to my dad passing away. My dad passed away in January 2021. I'd never ever liked gardening before that, but to get my head in some kind of good space, I created a memory of him in my garden. So it's all Vincy. And then I looked at the rest of the garden and thought, well, I can't have this all nice. I have to. That's why I built the rest of the garden up around it. Pallet furniture, painted all that, got loads of plants, got like loads of outside tiles, and you name it. I just kind of built. I've got Buddhas, and then for the past year, I brought it in the house now. So I've now got 46 plants in my house. I need to get rid of some furniture to accommodate all these plants. And you're laughing, but I'm not joking. I'm thinking, get rid of this sofa, then I could put plants here. And I've got 46. I've just bought 10 cacti.
Wow.
But I love them, and I've got no clue whatsoever how to look after them. But last week, one of them was like this. I came downstairs and it looked like it had it, and I thought, I said, what's the matter? And obviously it didn't answer me. And I got some distilled water and I gave it a cupful. I said, I'm really sorry. I said, you lot play nice, be nice to each other. Are you picking on that one? And I went upstairs, and within an hour, right back up. And I said, oh my God, it's fantastic. So I kind of, I know a little bit. I read a little bit, I research a bit. But I've kind of I don't really do much outside, really. I kind of isolate myself, which means I'm now plant-wise. But this whole thing I'm doing next is trying to get me and everyone else out.
Yeah. And I think the biggest thing to say is that the plants, your garden, but also the plants inside, has been something that's really helped you through a real difficult time.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
it's been there. That's you talking to your plants has worked well for you.
Yes,
So
it really has.
tell us what you've got coming up then.
Okay, so I've wanted to do events for a long time, as in old school, and I just didn't really kind of think about what it is I really wanted to do. So I sat with it, I think last year, and I think I watched something and I thought, wow, that's a really good idea. People need that. And it was called The Mixer on a program called River something, can't remember what it's called. But I thought that would be really, really good to get people together. So first of all, I thought, oh, let's get singles out. But then I thought, actually, everybody from lockdown, people have got themselves so much, like myself, for different reasons, isolated. They kept themselves in. So after lockdown had finished, people didn't stop being in. A lot of people that I know are still in. They still haven't stepped over and kind of, I don't mean gone back to how they were, but just gone to socializing. They will stay in their house. But I know that so many people would like to make friends or would like to find love. It's either however you want this event to work out for. So what it is, I've got 4 hours, 8 till 12. It's called the Mix and Mingle Get to Know Ya. So it's a dance as such. It's as I said, it's in there, get to know you. So what happens is the first hour, which is where everyone should really come and turn up. So between 8 and 9 is where everyone turns up. You've got a chance to kind of chat to people, have some nibbles. I've got some little bite-sized nibbles, nothing too heavy, just some lovely little nibbles to have within an hour. So you're best to come in that hour to get your feed on and to get to know people. Because from 9 to 11, the music will turn up a little bit loud, not too loud, because you still want to be able to talk to people. So it's not, as I say, it's not a party like that. So you could do whatever you want. You can either dance with somebody, and I don't mean just getting to sing close like that or whatever, holding hands. You could dance together, or you can talk, whatever you want to do. But as soon as you hear the song by Maxwell, Get to Know Ya, you have to move to the next person.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You will get prompted. So if you think, oh, I know this person, I'm going to stay with that person and keep talking to them. No, someone's going to say, you need to move, in a nice way. But then that's going to be for 2 hours. So by the time you've had, you probably had a little drink or whatever, and you've got yourself a bit relaxed, you might then dance. You might not. I'll put some games on the table if somebody wants to sit and play games with people, like card games or whatever. But also, the last hour, which is the 11 till 12, the music will then be low, not too low, but low enough for you to be able to either you found that person that you were speaking to, like whether it's a friendly thing or you think, oh, that was quite nice. You found an interest in somebody. That's that hour where you can have that time to connect for an hour and not the snippet of move that to that person, move to that person. So yeah, it's kind of just a friend. I know that a lot of people, I say, are isolated. They haven't got many friends, or they're stuck and they don't know what to do. I think I just want this to be the door to open just for you to start getting back out there again.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I thought I was just going to be rocking up there and just be sat there and have a little chit chat. I'd have to move around and everything.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think it's going to be very funny as well, because you'll laugh about it, because you'll think, you get caught because you'll think, oh, I know you, I might just talk to you for a little bit longer. And someone's like, oh, actually,
no,
you got
to move.
You have to, yeah. And it's just, it's to relax and to just have fun. Not many people right now are having fun.
Yeah.
They are not. They are isolated. They are in their house. Yeah, they might talk on the phone to people, but they're not actually physically out there with people. And I feel human contact is very, very important. However you look at it, just talking to someone and making new friends. If you're looking for love, you might find it there, but it isn't just, as I'm just trying to make sure that everyone knows, it's not just a singles thing, because some people thought that because it was a mix and mingle, or was it a dating thing? It's not, unless you want it to be.
Yeah. So yes, Dee Bailey, yes, I am going to go, because I don't think Georgina I don't think I'll hear the end of it if I don't go. I think she's going to be the first one to say, what you doing? You need to be, you need to come. So I will be buying my ticket along with Nikkei, who's already said that she's going to buy a ticket. And we are going to walk up the road because it's literally up the road.
Okay.
Have a few drinks and mingle. Mix and mingle. So look at her. Stop laughing, Dee. Stop laughing. It sounds like it's going to be great fun, absolute great fun. And like you've said, it's not necessarily a dating thing. This is mix and mingle. This is getting to know people. This is, even if you know somebody already, have a chat with them and then you're going to move on. You know, it's about, you're so right. So many people are, after COVID, are either still not necessarily going out or they're just going out a little bit. And that human contact has not been there.
No, not at all.
Yeah, we're definitely missing the human contact over the years, and the lockdowns really have compounded it. They have. Yeah. It's been very difficult. So mix and mingle, get to know you. Friday the 25th of August at St. John's, Sundon Park. Seriously, it's just up the road from me. 8 till 12. Yeah. And I'm talking, this is straight talking here, right? You black people who do black people time, you need to be there for 8.
Definitely. Thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely.
8. This is not, I'm going to rock up at 10 o'clock. You need to be there for 8. So you can have a little nibble, little chat. Then we're going to start moving around that room. So
yeah, for you to get the whole experience, you need to get there at 8 o'clock because then you get the whole experience. If you come at 10 and you're saying, oh, but me hungry, I want something to eat. Well, what happened to you at 8 o'clock?
See that, and that's what you're going to say. That is what you will tell them.
Yeah, no, 8 o'clock business. Look, this is what it is. It ain't a dance. You rock up at 11 thinking, oh yeah, we got it's not that.
So, just to remind everybody again, it is mix and mingle, get to know you, right? George is putting this on. It's going to be a really, really good event. Really good event. It's at St. John's. It's on Friday, the 25th of August. Get there for 8 o'clock. Lots of different things are going to be happening that evening. And where can they get the tickets?
Skiddle, available on Skiddle. Tickets are £20 plus booking fee. I think it's £2.25 booking fee. And yeah, so Skiddle. I've got a link. Have I given you the link? I sent you the whole link.
It says link for tickets in the comments. So most probably.
Yeah. So but yeah, you know what? You won't be disappointed. It's just going to be. It's my bearing in mind. It's my first event, so I'm just trying to do my best. I'm going to wing it, mate. But no, it's something that I want. For me, I want to do events.
Yeah.
And this is something that I'm trying out and putting myself out there. For me, a lot of it is for me to get me out there socializing again.
Yeah. Wonderful. So try a ting. Yeah, exactly. So people can find it via yourself on Facebook. They'll be able to see it on our page. You know, it's going to be really good, and we need to get everybody there and enjoying themselves.
Absolutely.
So stay with us, George.
I will.
And it's going to be great. So I'm going to hand over now to Nikkei and the lovely Remie.
Yeah.
Swap seats
I
now.
have to stop laughing first. You guys cracked me up.
Why are you laughing?
Well, number one, Cecile telling tales about how I said I was coming to look for another husband. Did I say that? Lord, no, it sounds like a really good idea, to be sincere. I like the idea of when you said about putting games and things out and stuff like that. Because that's a novel. And like you said, the mix and mingle. Because even when Cecile put it in the chat, I'm like, oh, it's a dating event. and that is what I thought because of the name. So yeah, it's a really good idea.
Thank
so
you.
When you've got this bit about the, like you're talking to somebody, right? And then when you hear Maxwell, I know yourself, you've got to move on. So basically, because it is chat and it is just about making friends, so it's not geared towards, any particular gender or anything like that. You can just talk to anybody.
No, you can talk to anybody.
Yeah, oh, that's really good. That's a really good idea.
It's whatever you feel comfortable doing. It's not even it's free. Whatever it's for you. It's for the individual person. Whatever you feel comfortable doing. You might want to chat to somebody. You might think, oh yeah, that person over there. And they you like to dance, and that you might know everybody there. So it might just feel comfortable and don't feel forced into doing something that you're not comfortable doing. Just feel comfortable. That's what it is.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much. Right, so now, hello Remie.
Hello.
How are we today?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. And as you can tell, I'm in my most excitable mood. So that everybody else can enjoy the excitement. I know obviously we're all family here, but just for those people who are still sneaking to get into the family, could you just let them know who you are, what you're about?
My mum is Cecile, the other co-host. When did I start being in this family? Ages ago. One day, mum was on Deez show, and they got me to come up and talk. And then just from then, I've just been doing bits and bobs with you guys. I've been both books. I'm just ram.
Fantastic. Right, so for anybody who doesn't know, Remie's got a really interesting, important story that goes along with her. So, and obviously we've only got not enough time to explain everything, but it is a backdrop to what you want to talk about. So if you could just give people an overview of
So I'm 25, and when I was about 18, I got into a really bad relationship, very abusive, that lasted until I was about 21, 22, when I had to come home and finish uni from home. And from that, I was diagnosed with PTSD through all the trauma that I went through. And I've just been, I think most people that know me know that I've just been working on myself for the past couple of years, just trying to make sure that I'm in the best mental space that I can be, regardless of anything that happened to me. And part of that journey, I don't know how, but part of that journey is that recently I was involved in a Channel 4 documentary led by Konan about PTSD and in young people. So it was quite an exciting experience. Didn't really think that I would ever be involved in anything like that, but I think it's very important to talk about PTSD and the effects of people. And I try and do that as much as I possibly can, but actually being on TV is such a big space.
It's massive, yeah.
Talk about this subject, and I think it's just nice that all of us in the documentary are our own little community now, and everyone else who feels the effects of PTSD, whether you have it yourself or you're like family member, can watch this and maybe understand a little bit more and have a better perspective on what it's like for us to live every day. So it's quite exciting.
So how did you? Oh, okay. First of all, you have to forgive me, baby boomer here. Who is Konan?
Konan, if nobody knows who Konan is a UK-based rapper. He is part of a duo called Krypton Konan. Ever since I was young, they've always been like the biggest people in the UK. So it's funny to grow up with them from the beginning of their career to now, and now I'm involved with them. So yeah, it's
Wow, so
I think more
if
people
you've grown up,
their story.
yeah. Wow. So if you've grown up with having somebody as your idol musically and stuff like, how does it feel then to be on the show with him, to have something big like PTSD in common?
It was very surreal. I kind of knew his story previous to the documentary, but it was quite surreal having him in front of me, telling me, and being able to relate to him and the things that we go through day to day, knowing that he also goes through those things is quite it's quite bizarre, but it's quite comforting, because actually that was like my childhood and my teen years, and now I can look at that person and relate to that person, and yeah, it's quite nice.
Wow, amazing. So, Remie, before obviously you went through all of that harrowing stuff, and then you were, like you said, diagnosed with PTSD. Did you know about PTSD before you were diagnosed?
I knew briefly about PTSD. I think everyone knows the basics, like lots of soldiers have PTSD after coming back from war, and I think, and if you have like, I knew about like car accidents. If you've had a very like traumatic car accident, lots of people have PTSD after that. But I'd never really known or seen PTSD to present itself in just like not everyday abuse, because no abuse is an everyday thing, but an abuse that lots of people know about.
Yeah.
So I don't think, for a long time, I didn't really think it was PTSD. Lots of people had said to me, "Oh, do you think maybe you've got those symptoms?" I was like, "Oh no, it's just depression and anxiety. Like, it's not that." And then a couple of years ago, my mental health was just at rock bottom, and I went to the GP, and he was like, "Yeah, you literally are presenting like all the signs of PTSD. Like, did you not think this before?" And honestly, not really, but maybe naively I didn't think about it because I didn't know so much about it then as I do now. After being diagnosed, I really did my research and wanted to know what it was, because if I could be suffering with it, surely lots of people are suffering with it. And then come to find that, yeah, a large majority of young people in the UK are dealing with PTSD, and many people know.
Wow. So with that, just going back to the show, how did you go from where you were to actually being on the show? How did you find out about it? How did you get invited?
Yeah, well, I think like most things I do, Dee was involved. A friend of a friend told her to tell me. So then I emailed someone, not really thinking anything of it, because I feel like you email a million people. So I emailed him, and then he got back to me, and he was like, "Yeah, we'd like to like just speak with you." So I thought maybe just my thoughts on it would go into the documentary, because for a long period of time I was just talking to different producers, and then I was like paired up basically with this one producer who I then kept with the whole way through, and she got me, I had a psychiatric evaluation, which I think was really, really good, because they made sure that the whole way through they took care of me, made sure that I wasn't in any situations that I couldn't handle. And then because up until that point they hadn't really told me what it was. They just said that they were making a documentary, and then it was then when they said that I would be going to have an interview with Konan, and I was like, oh my gosh, wow. So then they organised me getting to London and all the set and everything, and yeah, it was a crazy day, because I'd never done anything like that before, and I think the run up to it was so long but so intense, and then we got to go on the day, and then it was just such a nice experience and a lovely atmosphere, and then now it's
wow, well done. And so this documentary is showing on Channel 4. When is it airing?
So it is online now. It went live on Monday. But tomorrow night, was it 12?
5 minutes past 12.
5 minutes past 12, so a bit late, but it is airing on Channel 4.
Wow, that's awesome.
So if you can't stay up that late, record it, get it on what do they call it, 4AD, all of them, it will be everywhere. So.
Yeah, it will
and
be.
it is an important documentary. I do think people need to watch it.
Okay, so one thing that has come through, and this is not just from talking to you today, just how I've seen you. You have a very generous spirit, and something that you said there, when they told you that you have PTSD, you were like, oh, okay. Then you researched about it, and then you're like, oh well, if I've got it, that means other people have got it. You know, they're right there in that moment, thinking about other people. So with that armor, what are you going to do with it? Because I've heard rumors, and yeah, I don't gossip, so
yes. So maybe I'm generous, maybe I'm silly. I don't really know, but
no, you're not.
I like to help people. So recently, when was it? April? We went forward for some funding from the Luton Borough Council, which we were managed to get, which means that I will now be able to put on a youth event in September, 2nd of September, where I'm going to hopefully bring together a fantastic group of people to just speak to young people and help maybe one, maybe a lot, I don't know, but just to clear their mind, because I know when I was younger, my mind was so like clouded all the time, and I didn't know what I was meant to do or what I should be doing or what I could do. And I think what I missed out on as a young person, I don't want anyone else to miss out on. So I'd like to be able to have an event that hopefully will carry on for the next couple of years, to just bring young people together and get them in a safe space where they can just talk to people and maybe have a better understanding on what life is actually like. And it's not just what they tell you in school. It can go in different directions, and either one is absolutely fine as long as you know what you want to do.
Wow, that's awesome. Honestly, that is really good. And how old are you again?
I'm 25.
25. Wow. That is, honestly, I'm always lost my mind when I hear what stuff that you're up to and that you've done, but well done. Obviously, I'm not going to lie, I have watched the documentary online already, and it's amazing. And yeah, and I'm going to watch it again. I'm going to record it when it comes on Channel 4. So everybody, pay attention. We've got our young star maker here. Channel 4, tomorrow night, 5 past midnight. Set your VR, your +1 or whatever it is. Yeah. Press the buttons on your Virgin, Sky, TiVo, and don't miss our Remie in action, because honestly, and even to be fair, all the young people that are involved in the show, it's a really eye-opening, because one thing that you mentioned, Remie, was that about soldiers, and for a long time, and I always associated PTSD just with soldiers. I think it was only probably late 2017 when I was working for ALF that I realised that other people could have it.
Yeah, so and I think that is like a big part of why PTSD goes so unnoticed, is because this narrative that it is only a certain group of people that can experience PTSD, when actually all trauma for any person is horrible, and it can really mess with your brain, and your brain goes into survival mode to try and make sure that you're safe, and that is where PTSD comes from. So yeah, I think more people need to know, and if you watch this documentary, you might get a better understanding of it, that actually anyone in your life could be suffering from PTSD, and you would probably never know.
Absolutely. Wow. So,
yeah.
All right, so the Deez is saying that we should have a live stream party if anyone is available. Oh wow, that would be an awesome idea, actually, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try and have one with all of my friends and stuff. They're involved at the time when I was going through my abuse, and we're all gonna watch it together on Saturday. So the door is open if anyone wants to come, bring a drink.
Oh, that's nice. Amazing. Well done. So, with that being said, normally at this point, my friend will be back. Hello. So you see, this is how magical we are when you're involved with Simply Deez. You see the magic of technology. All of a sudden, Cecilia is here. Oh dear. So no, it's amazing insights, Remie. Honestly, I'm so honoured and proud to have to know you and to speak with you. And yes, because it's going to be immortalised. It's on the internet, and we know nothing was ever deleted off the internet. Now. So that's so awesome. And, yes, everybody.
It's it's proud mum. I'm just absolutely buzzing, but even more than that, you watch the documentary and you see what Konan is sharing, and the fact that the world that he is in, you don't go to therapy, and you don't talk about it either. And the fact that you're doing both of those and putting it out there is absolutely fantastic. There's a guy in there that's his friend, and he is saying he's thought about it, but he's not taken that step. And maybe this will then we already know, we do already know that men do talk, that narrative that men don't talk. Through the events that we've done, International Men's Day, all of those things, the things that we've already done, we do know that they talk, but they need that space to be able to do that. And they then also need to know that their men friends, their guys, all of that, are not then going to take the mickey out of them. Yeah,
because that's a good thing with structure as well, because as somebody spends a lot of time online, don't judge me, people. Stuff does happen, and it did make me think. I saw something the other day that a guy shared. It was asking the question, does this happen with women? And I just thought, oh, how interesting. But it is that thing of having that safe space. Yeah. Because when you have those spaces, it's what happens there. I mean, obviously, this is filmed and it's going out on Channel 4. And obviously, people are going to snip bits of it. And, it will appear on YouTube, on TikTok, and stuff like that. So that has been opened. But to get that initial safe space is really fantastic.
Yeah. And as Remie said, and as Konan said, the name is trapped in trauma. Yeah. And that's what it is. People are trapped in Mrs. Bailey. People are trapped in trauma. Yeah. How you doing?
You knew I had to get on, right?
Yes.
I had to get on. Actually quite emotional, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
It's one of those, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. And by that, what I mean is, how can I forget, I don't know, was it like 4 years ago? And I had Cecile on Real Talk with Simply Deez down at the studio, and she brought her daughter with her. So Cecile's there being all shy, all coy, and you've got the daughter heckling. And I'm talking about Remie heckling. We're trying to have a proper conversation, and one is heckling. And I'm like, get over. No, I don't want to talk. No. I said, you get over here, which she did. And when they say the rest is kind of history.
Yeah.
But for those within the Simply Deez crew, and maybe some of those outside that have been on part, because obviously we've only been on a very small part of your journey, Remie, it's been absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And it's all there for you.
Yeah.
It's all there for you. And when we can see loads, but it's all right us seeing it. But as an individual has to see it and believe it.
Yeah.
And slowly, it's like, right, whatever. And as Mum would say, you know, the opportunities, 2 hands, whatever it is, grab it, take it, and truly enjoy the journey. I'm just super proud.
Yeah.
Seriously, so oh my God, so proud. Yeah. And did you see my comments? I'm like, we're waiting for your own doc, your own film. To those people out there, you know it's coming, right? Let's not be, oh my God, didn't think that was happening. We know.
It will be.
We know this is all, by the way, today is 3 years of our book, Life in a Lockdown.
Yes.
We gave birth.
Oh, you know,
we gave birth on the
11th
11th of July, 2020.
Oh my God.
And
yes.
Remie is part of that journey.
Yes.
And we've done a book 2. And for a young person who's got a life, she's got things to do. But do you know what? She's kind of hung around
and stuck to do as well.
And stuck with us. So we are learning from you, Remie, as well. So don't be thinking like it's all kind of, we are learning from you, and we so appreciate you and all that you do. And I don't know, it's an ambassador, is that the right word? But you certainly are flying many flags for us at Simply Deez, and also obviously totally in your own right. So I just wanted to say that I'm going. But before I start barling, and I don't look too pretty when I start barling. But no, seriously, I can't put it into words. I really can't put it into words. Hosting events, now leading event. There's just so much, and I hope you realise now the only ceilings and the only doors are the ones that you don't knock those doors, and you don't, because it's there.
No, I do like to take every opportunity. I mean, I never want to do it on TV, but if it helps someone, I'll do it. So it's not
you
only
come first. Remember, you come first.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
you heal others.
It is healing for me.
Yeah. Is that Shelley coming on?
Well, I think it's the one by one, isn't it? That's
Georgina.
What I like.
Greetings, Georgina.
I do.
Hi, darling. Amazing, just amazing stuff that's going on. So, Remie, you know how it goes. Love you to the max. I'll catch you soon, Georgina. Keep doing the works. You don't need to be even worrying about others. We know how it goes. We know how it goes. And shall I tell you what? You'll only get critiques and people saying stuff when you're making an impact. Because if you're not, ain't nobody bothered. It's when you start making the ripples and the waves, that's when things start getting said and all the rest of it. So that means you're on the right path. Keep going, sis. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, no problem. I'll catch up soon. We'll be sharing your stuff anyway. All right? See you guys later. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, wow,
amazing.
what a show today.
Can I just say quickly, sorry, just on the back of what Deez said there, because obviously I didn't see that radio one that you always refer to. I think mine was the next one, was it International Men's Day or International Women's Day, where you stood up and spoke? Because I was doing something, and I remember I just had to stop. I'm like, who is this young person talking? What's she talking about? And that was just it. I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
So amazing. Absolutely amazing.
You are amazing, Remie. Absolutely. And beautiful. Can I have you? Can I have her, Cecil?
No. Get a ticket. Get a ticket.
There's a queue. There's a queue.
Ticket.
I'll message her, Remie. Okay, I'll message her. We'll just chat.
But no.
There is a queue, and I think Nick Kate's in the front of that queue.
I will use. That's when you will know that I have that 5'11" height. So, but no, I was going to say also back there, it is one step at a time, because obviously all the good things that God has in store, it's not going anywhere. God is there, and you will get there, and then one day you're going to wake up and see it. It's all happening, going, and then one day it's going to be boom, even more if it could get any bigger. Yeah. So fantastic.
I don't think.
You guys
Who
are
knows?
awesome.
Who knows? So, to wrap up the show, because it's getting late now, and this half-an-hour show that's now 47 minutes. So we've got Georgina on. So don't forget her event, 25th of August, Friday night. You need to be there at 8 o'clock. You're going to mix and mingle and chat and dance and have a drink and some nibbles. Skiddle. Go on to Skiddle and then you can get your ticket. Remie, obviously, Konan, what's it called?
Trapped
in trauma. It's about PTSD.
Bad mum.
I know. Well, I just keep thinking it's called Remie's show, but obviously it's Konan.
That's the next one. That's the next one.
Yeah, that's right.
But that is the world. Remember, we see the world as we are. So obviously, that is our world that is projected. And take note of the word "our." Georgina, take note. Our world that is projected out there. But so there's nothing wrong with thinking it's the Remie show, because obviously there's nothing wrong with that.
So it's Konan Trapped in Trauma. So it's already live on online.
All four,
all four. You can go on there, and it's going to be on Channel 4 tomorrow morning, 5 minutes past 12. Record. It's been a fantastic show. Gonna see you all again next week. Are we going to be here again next week, Nika, at 12 o'clock? Yes, we are.
Always. It's the best time of the week, apart from
always
5 minutes past 12 tomorrow. But yeah.
So thank you for joining us. If you're watching it on catch up, let us know. Just drop a little message, say you're there, and we will see you all next week. Bye, everybody.
Don't forget, check out the links. Bye.